You can say, you heard it from Adam Nee. It was the finest butt he's ever seen on a man.
Well, congratulations on the film. It was so much fun. I didn't expect to have this much fun
Thank
at
you.
the
That's
movie.
awesome.
And I was reading up, and Sandra Bullock and her team actually came looking for you guys. So how
I
cool
mean,
was that to get a call? Is that true?
it's so surreal. We were like, we were working on kind of putting something else together, and we got a call from a friend at Paramount being like, "Hey, would you be interested in this Romancing the Stone style movie with Sandra Bullock?" And we're like, "Of course we would, but we're not going to get that movie. We're not going to get hired to do that movie." And then we get a call later, and they're like, "No, Sandra Bullock wants to meet with you guys." And so on an 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning, we did a Zoom with her and Liza Chase and our other producer, and we just were on such the same page. Like we just were like seeing the same movie, that by the end of the call, she was kind of like, "Guys, do you want to do this movie?" That it was like, "Wait, really? Are you really saying, do you want to do this movie?" Or like, "What's next? Like, this is going to be 3 more months of us pitching," or like, "What is the story here?" And it happened really fast. And honestly, we've been working on the film. Great. Thank
So
you.
that's awesome. So was Channing Tatum always on the list as the romantic lead? Was that always the case? Because I can't see anybody else playing this vulnerable, sexy kind of guy, you know?
We, he was somebody who felt like could be the perfect Dash slash Alan, but it really wasn't until he and Sandy had a meeting together that we were a part of that it became crystal clear that it has to be these two together. They had it was over Zoom, and even over Zoom there was such an obvious immediate chemistry.
And Channing's the type of guy that you can, on day 2 of a movie, hike him down a slippery staircase in the jungle to a jungle river stream, strip all of his clothes off, glue leeches to his body, and shoot for an entire day. And he's just okay. He's just down and just has fun. Like, there's not many people who can dive in like him, and having him made this movie such an enjoyable process to make.
Yeah, I love that he's so self-deprecating that he's not scared of any of that, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing to be like this. He's like such a classic hunk, but he's so self-deprecating and such a clown that it creates this unique star that we don't really have.
Someone asked about the leeches. Were they like gummy bears that were stuck on him, or what were they?
Everything was gummy bears. We only use gummy bears for every prop in the movie. The gun was made of gummy bears. That's just our style.
Hey, while you're camping, you can just eat them after you're done with the scene.
What was crazy is how many of those leeches Sandy ate.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
She was
the worm gummies.
Yeah, she was. I don't know. They're healthy. They were gluten-free, organic.
There was, I mean, in all seriousness, there was quite a bit of exploration of getting these leeches to look just right, and trying out different things, and experimenting with how to get them to stay on. It was a process, and all just one more layer that I think makes that a fun, memorable scene.
And a lot of those leeches were Juilliard trained.
Yeah.
Oh, well, confession time. Was that a butt double?
No way. No.
So he was all in it, huh?
He was in. Channing asked me, he said, "Are we going full cake?" When he was training for the movie. And I said, "Yes, we are." And so he worked out that butt, and it's the finest butt I've ever seen on a man.
There's my headline. No butt double.
No butt double.
No.
You can say, you heard it from Adam Nee. It was the finest butt he's ever seen on a man. If that's the only thing you use,
I love it.
That's the line.
There is room for leeches, there is available terrain, but they have not explored this beige runway.
And then, of course, you add Brad Pitt in the mix. I loved it. And I was reading that it was his idea to be this Buddhist mercenary type. Is that true?
He came with great ideas. It was just like, just having Brad alone is just such an amazing thing. But he came with like these nice little details to add to the character to round it out and make it something special. And then on set, we could like throw anything at him and he would play along. We could throw crazy lines at him and he would try it. Or we could put him behind a wheelbarrow with cars exploding on his first day, and he was okay with that too.
Yeah, there's some moments with him you're like, oh, you won't say what.
Yeah. He's like everybody in this cast, they they threw themselves into what were difficult shooting conditions just because of the elements that we're shooting in, and yet in these situations that could make a person really become grumpy and difficult and just want to be out of there. He and Sandy and Channing and Daniel and everybody just all the more became committed to each other and to the project.
Yeah, because you have him in water, you have him in mud, you have him in sand. I mean, all those elements that are difficult to shoot in for hours on end, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you're like, we're shooting in like, we for a while we're in open ocean for 4 days, so we're just out on boats, like just kind of rocking at sea, shooting from boat to boat. We threw Sandy and Channing in the ocean, and they're in the water, and then we realized there were thousands of jellyfish around them, and we're like, oh my god, it's week 1, and we're just about to like
kill
our cast. And luckily this awesome marine guy, Bo, who was on the movie, was like, no, I would never put them in the water if I thought they would sting them. These aren't the stinging kind of jellyfish. We're like, all right, man, we'll take your word for it.
Day one for Daniel and Davine is putting them on a boat that then they have to go from that boat cross onto another boat that's going to take them out to another boat that they have to get onto. And we're just with a bullhorn yelling at them. And that's their kind of rude awakening into what movie they've been thrown into.
Yeah, I think it was Daniel's second day. We left him in a cave for like 4 hours, and we're shooting at him in a cave, but he's just by himself in this ocean cave. The crazy thing is, like a film crew is huge, and we have a lot of stuff and a lot of trucks, and there would be situations where, we're in this deep jungle valley, but you can't get the trailers anywhere near. So if you have to go to the bathroom or something, people are like going into the woods because you can't, like you have to hike out to go to your trailer. So it was like the cast and crew of this movie were so like us, so grateful to be making a movie during the pandemic, that like this sort of like camping environment that we had on this film only works because of everybody's like excitement about it.
I think it bonded us all together all the more.
We actually camped on our first night of the movie.
Oh.
After the first night of shooting, Sandy, Channing, and myself and a couple of the crew did some glamping in the jungle, because we were like, oh, it's better than commuting to the hotel. Let's just stay in the jungle.
Yeah, we don't want to have to hike back down here again.
We don't want to hike down here again. We already hiked down here. We're down here.
We're staying.
Good idea. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. Like I said, it was a lot of fun and I enjoyed myself.
Great.
Thank you.
Very nice.
All right. Thank you. Bye.